Alright, now we need to formulate a plan to go against Captain Lefwee.
We've got a lead on Ruggy Stowe's treasure. It's buried somewhere on Dagger Island, a landmass many leagues from our current.
Well, thank goodness it's on Dagger Island and not somewhere else.
Well, this is not on Shotgun Island.
So yeah, this time the gang has to
daggers, but gunshots.
this time the gang has to steal an entire galleon. But first we need to, you know, deactivate the others, just to be sure.
The things we do just to fulfill a favor. That's the thing, honestly. This is arguably a contender for my favorite level in the whole game yet. Story-wise, when you get down to it, it's all just to fulfill one little teensy-weensy favor that grows and grows.
Pretty
and
much,
grows.
and it makes sense a bit because it's a bit not necessarily spoilery, but to jump just a bit ahead, Carmelita is not present at all in this episode. So I even will lampshade this by the end of it.
Ironic. The one place where she probably be right on the money with how many people here are criminals and she don't come.
Maybe she thinks it's too easy.
Maybe she thinks that even Sly wouldn't come here.
Actually, I don't think the game actually provides a reason why she didn't arrive. It was just, you know, probably to, you know, not be too much repetitive with the formula.
Or maybe they think because everyone's committing crimes that everyone's canceling each other out.
Possible.
That sounds like a job for a man of my many destructive habits.
You said it.
Oh, come on, Bentley, don't act like you're not enjoying it. It's a bit late for that.
Kind of makes me wonder, what are the standards of Bentley, considering how...
Science, Joel. Science.
Well,
Sly Cooper, the master of them.
Honestly, though, I wonder if this is a part of his development here. Like, let's think about it. Back in Sly Cooper 1, Bentley was, like, way too terrified to even so much as go out onto the field. In Sly Cooper 2, little by little, he was getting more confident, until to the point where he was absolutely on top of the world, right before getting his legs broken. Now that he is in a wheelchair, though, you'd almost think he's gone, like, full berserker mode, like there's nothing left to lose with how... you know, confident and, well, deadly he is out on the field.
Keep also in mind this is reflected on an emotional turmoil. Remember, the entirety of episode 3 is him recruiting Penelope with the idea that he needs an expert for an RC chopper, but pretty much because he has a crush, you know, and when the reality sets in and the fact that Penelope seems to be liking more Sly, he's still a bit jealous, and right now we are at that point, so maybe it's also that.
I think his issues probably started when he had to take over in the last game.
Oh, yeah, with the contested event. That definitely didn't do good for his psyche, although ironically, Sheree,
Very tempered it.
Ironically, though, him succeeding was what helped give him confidence, and like I said, near the end of Sly 2, he was on top of the world, right up to the point where Neela broke his legs.
Anyway, to say a bit about the controls of this, the ramp controls are the same. Here, the cannon works a bit different than normal. It's more of a mortar than a traditional cannon, so you have to hold I think the square button, and try to guess correctly the trajectory. So it takes a bit to be used to, but after that you can, you know, actually get the hang of it. Also, Sly is posing like George Washington on the boat. So yeah, since some of these boats now are reinforced, we need to do the Star Trek maneuver and actually ram into them, because...
with a wooden boat. Murray
to be fair, it has, I forgot the name, it has a pointy bit at the...
This guy's clear.
There we go.
Oh yeah, the metallic.
I forgot. My country actually does have a term for it, but I'm pretty sure it's not the same. So I'm gonna check that in the meantime.
He's clean, ready to shoot.
Feels a bit weird that they didn't change up the music to something more action-oriented for the sequence, but alas.
They tend to do that for a section that's gonna be later, actually.
All right, the team of excellence Murray and his faithful gunner Sly kick butt yet again.
That should be on a poster.
Sorry, guys. I wasn't aware the harbor patrol had a cutter.
Oh
It's
shit.
not done yet. Gads, that thing is massive.
Not really.
Everything has a weak point. Just look at the mast. They've been patching it up for a while now.
Sly's right. That mast will fall before our
Okay,
combined
fine.
mighitude.
It's the binocular
No
column.
matter how many cannons they bring to bear, we will bear it.
Guys, it's turning
Not to sound
towards
like a
us.
wimp,
That's not a
but
good
I vote we
sign.
dodge those cannons.
Don't worry, Joey, it's doing
I'll probably
slowly.
hit them as they'll probably hit
This
them while
is
they're talking.
this is not El Impoluto, Jova, don't worry. Also, yeah, I checked the term. Yeah, the actual English term is more simpler than I thought. Naval ram. There you go.
Yeah.
Basically, this is actually easy. There's like 3 sets of cannons, but like as I said, you need to aim at the master. It's nothing like going one hit, but it's still manageable.
I love
Also,
how
who's-
nonchalant.
Also, who's driving the that boat? There's literally no one on board.
It's a ghost ship.
Maybe they're just someone very short.
I don't know. The Chihuahuas are there in the level, but I don't see them here.
Maybe it's one that's so tiny you can't see. Then the question begs how much strength he has to be steering that wheel.
Maybe
And, yeah, and also use the cannon.
maybe it's the atom. I don't know.
Like I said,
Just
maybe
fire
it's
at
a
will. You'll
ghost.
hit something eventually.
Ray Palmer thought that he was too bored, so he decided to start a life of piracy. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
It's a continuity where that can happen.
Well, mister, I don't see you coming up with any better theories, are you?
There we go. Done. Goodbye, empty bolt.
Nice shooting, sidekick.
Hey, we would have been sunk without your rowing.
When you guys are done making out...
Oh, you're just jealous, Bentley.
I'm sorry, Bentley. Weren't you the same guy who was all hugs and kisses about how, oh, it was you who rescued the team?
It's all right when I say it, okay?
Of course. Of course.
Might mix right.
Speaking
Okay,
of
this
hugs
mission
and
is a
kisses,
bit of a pain in the ass, as you will see in a second.
Roger, Bentley. Let's light this candle.
Alright.
Still my heart. She made an obscure NASA reference.
Not really.
The girl going to have to
Cute.
steal for Sly. It's just not fair.
Bentley, focus on the mission.
Oh,
Look,
sorry. I
Bentley,
was
settle
just
your
saying,
cloaca, okay?
We've got fair winds for liftoff. Let's do it.
And it's not windy today.
Alright, and I think now it's time to get introduced to our main villain, if I recall correctly.
What matter of witchcraft is that? Ah, well, best to shoot.
Actually, no. We have the first quartermaster doing that, why not? So yeah, here's the problem. The satellite is being destroyed in pieces,
Still intact.
so we need to collect them.
The disk is shattered, but we can still retrieve the data.
But it's broken. And I rig all my gear to self-destruct if anyone tries to take it after a malfunction.
Clever, but that could end up working against
Yeah,
us.
it's a double-edged sword.
Aha! What if we could read the disk's contents before touching it?
Using the RC
I
car.
could use my RC card, go out
Or
and
we
collect
could
the
just
data.
use Bentley's
It's got 3
wheelchair, but
broken
no, let's use the RC
download
car.
its contents.
Alright, this mission, like I said, is a bit of a pain in the ass because you need to follow a trajectory in a limited amount of time.
Inside the scope.
And it takes, and also you have to avoid the moves. So you have the turret at your disposal, but they will still be able to, you know, shoot you potentially. And not everyone drops, you know, an L pickup that easily. So again, it's best if you try to stay put for the most part. But also the real challenge is to having to perform some tricky jumps, especially because the controls of the RC car are a bit jumpy in this section, meaning that you can and will potentially screw up your jumps multiple times and have to repeat some particular ramps over and over again.
Thank God that there's not an arbitrary time limit.
No, I swear I thought it was at first, but no, thankfully, I get the idea that he might have been president in one beta, but we thought it would have been too unfair, potentially.
Yeah, you know, I mean, unlike the Fuse mission, this one requires a lot more maneuvering and, you know, exploration, so I can see why they wouldn't have put it on a time limit.
Yes, Wilson?
Like that. Well,
Like what?
well, good maneuvering.
Yes. Okay, a
Nothing
Western
to see
rift.
here. Oh shit.
Oh!
Yes, that was all part of my plan. I
Okay.
burst into the water, so they'll think someone incompetent's doing it.
I was trying to
Okay,
see if I
okay.
could use actually the bouncing pad. Yes, those lifesavers count as a bouncing pad, but no, sadly.
Okay, seriously, Peter, that guitar riff, that's usually used in Western tracks, not piratical tunes. What was up with that?
It's normally the theme that you get when Penelope uses the RC car. It's not her main theme, but it's tied to her too.
Huh, I guess I don't really pay much mind to these, because I don't recall that Western riff before with the RC car.
It was used also briefly in the mission with the fuse. You just heard differently because I had to do a bit of a jump cut. Oh, goodbye Chihuahua. Do a bit of a jump cut, and when I did, the theme was different. There we go. There you go. Some of these pieces are scattered all over the rooftops, meaning that you have to perform. Ah, fuck! Decent jumps like that.
I don't want to perform a fuck.
Your loss, I guess. But again, perfectly don't worry. I will not show me failing every single time. But again, it can become a bit frustrating, this particular mission, especially if you get stuck like that.
Like I said with this game, this is probably still my favorite of the Sly trilogy, but I won't deny that, like many mascot platformers, it definitely has that thing in the third game where they decide to add in a lot of gimmicks, some better than others. It's not to say I don't like the RC car, it's just like, well, I like the RC car more when it's done in a racing fashion as opposed to, you know...
Slow jumping collectathon, yeah.
Which again is weird because this is arguably one of my more well-liked levels in the game.
Alright, only the last one to do. There we go.
Yeah. Would have sucked if you overshot that.
Done.
That does it. We should have all of the spectrometer data.
Hold on. I got it. There's a massive chest near the top east-facing windows. Let's go.
Alright, now it's time for Bentley to guide Penelope towards Lefwee's fortress in order to get the map from the treasure chest. So it's not exactly just over yet.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Of course there's a moat.
Really on it.
Well, two actually.
Seen the desk and raised all the bridges to the fort. There's no way in.
I've dealt with guys like this before. They can't really trust their own men, so they always keep an escape route handy. You just have to look around a little.
Wow, Sly's really taught you a lot.
Sly?
Oh.
We're a team. In case you haven't noticed, I'm the brains of the
Bentley,
operation.
focus, Jesus Christ.
Just the field, man. Sounds like you're jealous.
I mean, not for nothing, Bentley, but it is called the Cooper.
She does have a
game.
point
I
too.
wish I wasn't in this chair.
Oh.
I wish I could run on tight ropes and jump on flagpoles and all that stuff, but I can't.
You can do other stuff. Sly can't rewire a satellite or write ASCII code.
That's hot.
Sly can't even spell ASCII.
Yeah, he's not the most technical guy.
He's your
Let's get
teammate.
moving. We won't find the back
Actually,
just
this is basically another hint towards the bigger message of the game, ultimately trying to reinforce the fact that the team is united despite, you know, each of them being very different.
And
Keep that in mind for the ending.
And like I said, when it comes to disabled people, it's nice to see a plot that acknowledges that disabled people can't do everything that someone who's not disabled can do, but that doesn't mean that they're useless either.
Well, obviously.
Again,
Yes, Pedro, you say obviously. It's not obvious to a lot of people.
I know, like, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Either sometimes people will portray, like, a story about disabled folk as, like, oh, their struggles and how they can do practically nothing. Like,
or like how their abled family is the one suffering or some bullshit. Like,
yeah. Tropical Thunder put it best about how you should never make, you know, a disabled person look completely useless. Whereas
that's the thing, Jova. You know, the purpose of the Simple Jack bit was to show how horrible Hollywood attempts at doing that kind of thing are. That got legitimate flack off some people for insulting disabled people.
Even though the point of it was that it was wrong.
Well, again, this is the same movie that also got flack for stereotyping African Americans. So,
But the point is, this game is done good by what it's doing.
Oh yeah.
But again, you know, like Simple Jack.
Here we go. There we go. That in the background, that's Lefwee.
Let's get up to where no one will spot us.
Agreed.
All right, let's see what he has to say.
I'll tell you something, by thunder. That disc in the sky was just the beginning.
But, sir, 'tis gone. Them bridges is up and all's as clear as morning.
Sure. Every man's entitled to their opinion.
Dead.
But I don't want to hear no more of him. Second Mate Jones.
Literally a replacement.
Yep, Klingon promotion.
You're almost as bad as that One Piece character that killed their second in command. Well, at least shot him anyway.
This also basically felt as an establishing character moment for Lefwee. This guy, again, doesn't fuck around.
So much so that his right eye is constantly twitching. That or that's a glitch.
Maybe both.
So yeah, now the place is gonna get locked down tighter than Fort Knox.
True. The priority... Yeah, yes, Penelope, we could do that. Or, you know, when I recorded this, I was actually right in the middle of Ghost of Tsushima, so I kind of got an idea. Maybe there's a neat new gadget in this. And, there you go, an upgraded version of the confusion pellets that he normally has, like the rage bomb.
Oh,
if I just decide to throw it in the middle of them, we're gonna see some fireworks. With the enemies starting to fight each other.
Oh.
Watch as they pick each other off one by one.
Don't need to do anything.
It reminds me of The Force Unleashed, where you can...
the second one, you can use the Force to do that.
Yeah, you got the stormtroopers fighting.
And yeah, it gets even better because enemies that hit each other get infected, meaning that it's absolute chaos.
So, imagine if some of these guys are brothers, and suddenly a brother finds himself being attacked by his sibling.
This kind of, you know, scenario that you're thinking about, Jova, is more reflected in Middle-earth Shadow of War, where some of the stuff that you can do with the orcs involves actual battle brothers. Bond brothers, meaning that, for example, you can't recruit potentially one without angering the other, you cannot kill one without angering the other, so you need to watch out, maybe they can actually show up together. And there you go, the coast is clear, you just need to kill one last guard. Done.
But yeah, moments like these do show that there is quite a lot more focus on combat in this game as well. For better or for worse, depending on how much you like it.
I think it's good from what we've seen.
Boop. There you go, there's the box.
This must be it. I've never seen a security chest so thick with traps.
I don't know.
Spoilers, that's the decoy box. The actual chest is in his safety deposit box in California.
Really?
Because he read the evil overlord list.
I'd like to stay here if you don't mind.
The split thing is a terrible idea, Penelope.
Sure, I'll be
Yeah, I was about to say, don't do that, never do that. You're gonna die.
Go ahead, Shiro. Soon enough you'll get a scene that you might enjoy a bit. Actually, no, it's like right now. Damn it, forgot.
Great, but I think I've already got it. This is it.
It's easy.
Dagger Island treasure
Almost too easy.
my eyes.
Blinding powder.
Blinding dust.
Oh dear.
So why are you walking about then?
That's the thing. Now it's basically the point. Bentley will now to use the grapple cam to use the voice to actually guide Penelope.
Oh crap.
Oh.
I'm okay, but I think I fell down near the front door. I can't
Thank God you didn't crack her back.
I'll save you. I'll think of something.
And stop walking about!
Yeah, I know, right?
Seriously, that's one thing I've never understood in these kinds of things in media. You're blinded, why are you moving about?
Penelope, that's the thing, Penelope is actually panicking a bit here, so that's why. But don't worry, she's not gonna move until we say so, essentially. Now we need to... Not Dweebs, no. We don't do that.
We're not Patrick starring it here, Dwibs.
Everyone died. No, but again, you have to use the grappling cam to reach Penelope, drop the bridge, and then use the voice modulator to act as a beacon for her to actually reach. Meaning that you have to actually to guide her. Again, it's kind of similar to what we did with Carmelita in the previous episode, but again, it's used for a different context. Alright, first thing first, we need to lower the bridges. Let's see.
Don't worry, Penelope. The pulleys holding up the bridges were too tough to take out with my sleep darts, so I upgraded my grapple cam with one of your RC turrets.
How convenient.
Aww, it's like they're two things merging together to show what a success they are when they're together.
This is still an escort mission, bro. The guards are still roaming around between this and the actual hideout. Meaning you need to take out them with the turret or the grappling hook, and then use the voice modulator to guide Penelope. I don't remember. Oh, there you go. There's her life bar. I actually haven't failed this mission ever, so I actually don't know how many hits does it take to actually have Penelope get KO'd. But it's not too difficult, to be honest. This is still a long mission going on, so I get the idea that this is where the devs threw a bone here.
Also, kudos to them changing what Bentley says when trying to attract people, because, you know...
Basically mimicking a parrot.
It would have been weird if he was blatantly insulting Penelope like he does with pretty much everyone else when trying to distract her, lure them.
The only thing that gets a bit annoying is the fact that Penelope always responds to when you actually use the command to, you know, again, it's the way the game basically says that the command is being registered and the NPC is moving. I get that. It's just that you have to do a bit, you have to actually perform it, you know, a bit in order to actually have Penelope reach you, so it might get a bit annoying.
And Penelope just went ahead.
Yeah, because I was using the turret to get rid of a mook, so she actually jumped ahead.
Sure. Alright.
Shit. Yeah, also the grappling camera doesn't have actually a cooldown for the mechanic for the turret. This is weird.
Lovely.
Where are you? Penelope? Are you stuck again? Oh, jeez.
On my way.
I guess to be fair, when you... Oh,
Here I come.
being blind really does suck.
Oh, gee, Drova, what tipped you on that?
On my way.
Well, from what some people suggested, being blind sounds totally awesome because it heightens all your senses.
Yeah, like Daredevil.
Like Daredevil.
We really should at some point actually see the 2003 Daredevil movie. It really is that stupid. How much years back I'll tell her.
Congratulations, kid. You just won the lottery. Although that's a line from, I think, the Daredevil Netflix series.
Yeah, it's a Frank Miller line if I ever heard one, Drova.
Let's get you inside and make sure that dust has no permanent effects.
And also clean your goggles. No, it's not, get the mind of the gather, Drova.
That sounds like such a pickup line, the way he says it.
Alright, next. Let's have think another mission with Sly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's actually high time to steal a ship.
Take the one with black sails, that's always the fastest.
Sadly, we don't have that kind of a choice. The only variation is the one that we're getting, the one with a dragon at the, at the front. Dragon head.
Because it's symbolic, I guess?
Not really, it just makes it stand out. And this mission is a bit annoying because you need to actually infiltrate the ship and take out the guards without getting spot, which is super easy to do in this.
Stealth.
Jova is just called. It's just because dragons are cool.
That too.
That they are.
Stop, take this seriously, please. Also, she was telling to the others, since we're also talking about how Hollywood doesn't really get blind people and think we're so cool because we have all the other senses heightened. I don't know if you ever saw it, but you really should at some point see the 2003 Daredevil movie. Get this year, it was only 2003, so it has not one, but two Evanescence songs in it, and for situation played completely seriously.
Oh my god. Wait,
I believe
both my Immortal and
Bring Me to Life.
Yes, Bring Me to Life.
Oh hell yeah!
That movie was the one that made that song popular.
That's kind of a problem with superhero stuff in general. Is like if you have a disabled character, you have to bring something in to make up for it. It's like, no, you don't.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. I mentioned the bad angle of, making a disabled person look completely useless, but then there's the other extreme. Making it seem like, oh, they can literally do the same thing that a non-disabled person could do. And I do mean every single gosh dang thing.
Jova, they'd be able to avoid these issues if they actually hired disabled people as consultants or actors or whatever, but...
Nah, you think?
That would be smart. Hollywood doesn't do smart.
Alright, it's time to control the boat.
Set the sails!
No problem. We wasted that harbor patrol.
Shouldn't we have dressed up as pirates so that nobody would get suspicious?
But they still have cannons mounted.
Yeah, that's what Bentley says, Jova.
I figure it's long odds they get gun crews into position before we're out of range, but it's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Then let's make full sail for the mouth of the harbor. If you guys are ready, I say we do it now. Every
Might
second
as well.
dilly-dally just puts us at more risk.
Agreed.
Murray, take up the anchor. Bentley, get down below deck and adjust the ballast. I'll hoist the sails and get this thing moving.
All by yourself. And yes,
of course.
I forgot how many specific years, but this gameplay style for a boat is pretty much a prototype, prehistoric version of the one of Assassin's Creed 4. Not even joking.
Not only that, it's also like the gameplay from the online Pirates of the Caribbean MMO game.
Oh, I actually haven't played that one.
Oh, I love that thing.
But yeah, it's surprisingly easy to intuitive. You use, there you go, L2 and R2 while you're on the boat to turn the ship, literally. Then you get near the cannons and you press circle to fire them. You just need to position the boat and then fire accordingly. You'll see actually later when we get actual pirate fights. And yes, now you get a sort of a mini-map, an entire mini-map, where you can go from place to place using also an actual map to orient yourself. with some destination that all of them will be used for this level. Again, interesting it opens up. This particular bit, at least in this particular run, for some reason, has some frame rate drops. It didn't actually happen the first time I played. It only happened when I was recording. So I wonder if it was time potentially to the Elgato or something. But I don't know.
I must not let this game reawaken hope in me that we'll finally get
Skull and Bones. Sorry, Jova. The general tip also for this map is the fact that the wind always blows in one direction, from south to north, meaning that if you want to gain momentum, you have to steer the ship in a very specific way.
Okay, then.
Your first, actually, there you go. Okay, now it's time for some combat. Again, like in Assassin's Creed 4, you need to adjust towards the ship and press the circle button near the cannons to actually fire all at the same time. If a ship hits you, you need to go near the place and actually hit with the cane, and it will magically fix itself, of course.
Again,
much
so
like
it's
with
kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean Online, where you needed to repair ships when they got damaged, essentially. Much
like with actual, naval combat, the ship is actually more vulnerable on the tip and on the rear, not actually on the flanks. Meaning that you can concentrate all fire, on that specific point. The enemy ship will go down actually easily.
Also, Shiroi, that's the thing. The Quiet Man got a deaf person to consult, and yet we all know how that turned out. So apparently, even that method is fallible.
Quiet Man was weird because it was realistic in the sense that yes, deaf people can learn to read lips, and yes, it was nice that they showed a deaf person being capable. The problem with that was when you get down to it, there was no need for Dane to be deaf, because he can read lip.
Honestly, I'm kind of with Dark Lord Shadow. I get the idea that the deaf angle was actually added later to actually justify a bit some of the aspects of the game.
Same. I fully agree with Dark Lord Shadow 1 as well. I'm genuinely convinced that by the end they realized they had a shitty game, so they had to tie in some kind of gimmick to make it sound deep.
What we got was literally...
Alright, when a ship actually gets, gets immobilized, you can decide to actually board in near that, and actually, confront the captain, to get some loot, or you can simply just bombard it again and actually, sink it on the spot.
Again, it's just like the Pirates of the Caribbean Online, and also Pirate
When did that actually come out?
Pirates of the Caribbean Online.
Might have been around the same time as this one.
Might have been. Let's see.
Fuck. Yeah, boarding a ship is not that easy. Fuck.
It. Keep trying.
There we go. Now.
Yeah. It came out in 2007.
Oh, so a bit later after this.
October 31st. However, it was first announced in April of 2005.
Huh. Also, Joe, there you go. You actually get a different actual battle theme for the naval combat, which is a bit more fitting, actually.
Lovely.
There we go. And I got a sapphire.
Is there a ruby on another ship?
Maybe. There we go.
So yeah,
you need to get to Dagger Isle, and now it's time for some treasure hunting. Go in the meantime, Jova.
So essentially, welcome to Sly Cooper Pirate Simulator.
Pretty much. Again, the dev just wanted a pirate level, Jova.
And it works. It really works.
Why not, right? Who doesn't like pirates?
Apparently ninjas.
The East India Trading Company, apparently.
God save the Queen, lives.
The main bad guy from Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 3.
Okay, here's how it works.
Video game industry, but that's
Here's how it works. Here's how it works for this island. If I recall correctly, pressing select allows you to pull up the actual map screen, which gives you the hint. You need to reach the starting point of the treasure map that it tells you, and from that point you use the hints of the map that it tells you and perform the necessary step towards that direction. Again, it's a literal case of a treasure hunt. And you will see in a second. There are also two The game, yeah, very good. One thing I don't show is the fact that the game has a couple of not side missions, but like post-game minor missions that you can access, I think, from the main menu. As basically extra challenges, and a couple of them are actually based around these, you know, treasure hunting, which is pretty neat. Basically, avoid the crocodiles. There you go. I've just jump cut because I was meandering a bit too much. There you go. So, from the statue, take 12 paces in the direction of the statue's gaze. There you go. Each pressing actually gives you one step. There we go. X always marks the spot shipmate. Find the X and take 6 paces towards it.
You just marked an X on the ground, which will make it easy to come back and pick up where you left off.
Basically, every time you actually confirm successfully a clue, your trade is actually, you know, left as like a print. So if you actually fail, you can actually pull back, go back on that precise spot and reprise from there. Again, it's pretty convenient. This thing. Take 16 paces to pass between great stones like a ship at sails. Avoid the rocks, of course. Look out to sea and spot a rock with 3 palms. There it is. Make 13 paces in its direction and get your feet sandy. No ship meta. Oh, there you go. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to do something here. Thank you.
Jeez, has it got force lightning now?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. Model ships meet a happy hand, but follow where they point is what he must do for 6 paces. And there we go.
Grandpapa's treasure! Hold the beat, bro! I come to help you dig.
Sure, why not?
We're all coming, Sly! This is too cool!
Well, Dimitri, it's your loot. I think you should have the honor.
I open with joy. You Cooper gang is a tight groove.
Here it is.
I hope it's not a mimic.
No, thankfully no.
It's so intricate. Your grandfather was.
Oh, hey Penelope, where did you come from?
She came along with the others.
That's the thing. She literally sort of teleported off screen, seeing as how she's not on with them here.
What else is in this chest?
Oh shit. Someone else teleported Drover.
Oh snap.
Didn't think you could steal from the smartest man in the 7 seas and not taste the repercussions. Har har har. I might have been late for the opening of the chest, but I'm just on time for the stealing of the gold.
Let Penelope go. We can work out a deal.
Penelope be the lass's name. Pretty as a sonnet, and what a rich sweet scent from the wench's.
Ew.
Let's thump this chump!
No, he'll hurt her. This guy's a killer.
Aye, you thumb me up with butterword. Killer. Away with ye. Back to your ship. This gold is mine now.
Well, this is polite enough to let them go instead of actually killing them, I guess.
Guys, we don't have any options here. Everyone back to the ship.
You can't just abandon.
Sorry, Penelope.
Help! Please! I'm so scared.
Penelope, do what he says. Stay alive. We will save you.
Maybe we shouldn't say that in front of the guy.
And don't worry, I'll rescue you.
Away with you.
It's like that stupid scene in Hunt Down the Freeman.
What specific job? There's a bit, just a bit too many.
The one where the president.
Oh, the Keemstar, okay.
Yeah, that one. The one where the president basically announces that, of course, the world will rebel. Yeah, we surrender, but we'll also rebel. He says this over the radio that the Combine can easily hear.
Yeah. Anyway, so the situation is a bit dire, but tune in for the next part where the gang has to save Penelope from Captain Lefwee. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.